Welcome everybody. This is A Little Bit of Lip and I am Phyllis Foundis, and I'd like to welcome you to a new location, still white, still stark, still with L. Only the guest is different. She's an actor. She is a singer. She's also a concierge, because we like to mix things up a little bit. It is my great delight and honour to introduce you to Anne-Marie Cavaco.
Oh, hi.
Hi. How are you? Did you like that?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm glad you liked that. I'm well.
Yeah, cool.
We are rocking the short hair situation.
We are, and I didn't mean for this to happen.
Really?
But it's gotten to almost the stage you're at.
Yeah, it's not as long as mine.
No, it isn't.
So
you've got more of a little...
I've got a fringe scenario going on.
I don't have it's hard to get a part here. Yes. I have to say.
You really try hard for that part. Why do you try so hard? Why don't you keep it organic, Anne-Marie?
It was organic for a while, and I thought, let's change it up.
Now, I knew you when you had flowing, luscious locks.
Long curly hair.
And then one day you announced something on Facebook, and then it just went... super short.
It did, yeah. Well, I decided to do the world's greatest shave.
Yes.
Which I
here
couldn't
as
recommend.
well? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, get it all going.
Well, you're Mediterranean like me, so it's a fur thing.
That's it, the fur thing. No, it was just fur on top here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Something else came into my head. No.
I know
there.
it did. I was
maybe
just
later.
Maybe later. I decided to do the world's greatest shave, and I couldn't recommend it more.
Yes.
I wanted to do it because I lost my ear to acute leukemia.
Your grandmother, yeah.
I did. My grandmother.
Were you very close?
7 years ago. Yes. Yeah. Second mum, for sure. And I really wanted to do it for that reason, and also because I was speaking to one of the ladies on set before about kind of changing the stigma around, you know, people that don't have hair in the public. I feel like when a woman doesn't have long hair or has short hair or has it shaved or whatever she wants to do, people look at her differently. And I just kind of wanted to break that little stigma and just let people wonder when they look, you know, if they look at me and they think, oh, she's sick, or if they look at me and think, oh, she's a lesbian, or if they look at me and think random things, because they do. I mean, naturally you do that.
But where do you think that judgment comes from? Because it is judgment. I'm not sure that the right word is stigma. I think it's judging you.
It is.
And it's an unwelcome judgment. Not that any judgment is really welcome, but it's... Go ahead. I'll stop talking.
No.
I do a lot of that.
I love that. No, it is a judgment. We can say that.
Yeah.
It is a judgment. I don't know. I think because when you see people walking past you, you're trying to work out their story.
Yes. 100%. That's exactly what I do. Whether or not I know you or not, I'm still curious. What is your story?
Intrigued by what's going on for that person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is your L word, Anne-Marie?
My L word is lightness.
Hashtag LisForLightness. So we've had a conversation in the past where we've talked a lot about your artistic pursuits because your day job is more about helping people, being with people in your concierge capacity. However, in your other life, you also give of yourself in a different way. So as a performer, as an actor, as a singer, you're not going to sing for me today, are you?
No.
Why? Because you don't want that to define you, which is what you've also said to me.
Yeah.
But what intrigues me a lot about you is that you're not, and when I think of musical theatre in particular, I'm thinking of a chorus line, I'm thinking of tits and ass, that scene where there's a lot of, I'm going to say, desperate energy attached to that audition process.
Oh my goodness. Take me away. Wow. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And you don't bring that. So can we talk about what you've just done recently?
Yes. What exactly?
Okay. So Anne-Marie has recently auditioned for Hamilton, a spectacularly huge musical.
Yeah.
You didn't make it through to the next stage.
No.
But you texted me the other day and you said, I'm not sad.
Yes, which could be received in a couple of different ways, like, oh, she's in denial, but...
There's a lightness about that, though.
Absolutely.
So talk me through that.
Look, going back to what you said about the desperation behind the industry, that's just generally going to be there. I mean, when people are going into auditions, you want people to want you so that you can have the job.
And to like you.
Absolutely, and to like you, that's the main thing. But sometimes most of the time it's rejection, and that's the essence of the industry. But behind that, you have to walk away and be like, that's okay, because my time will come, and I'm just going to roll with the punches, and yeah, my next time will come. It wasn't this time, and I'm really happy with what I brought to the table, but I know that I'm enough, even if I wasn't hired.
So you're not in your early 20s, you're actually 475 years old.
Apparently.
Because the emotional maturity, and I think where your soul is at, you're coming at it from a way, I mean, like I listened to you, and even when I got that text yesterday, it's like, oh, but she was,
I know, and I knew you would
well, she's incredible. I'm just putting it out there, Mr. Miranda.
You're too much.
But seriously, I mean, I don't know whether that's me projecting my ambition and my wishes and hopes and fears and dreams onto this beautiful lithe frame. But you're not in that space, and that really fascinates me.
Yeah,
it impresses me too, though.
Absolutely. I mean, it's my new way of thinking. I guess it's my coping mechanism.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think you have to.
Is there darkness there then?
Of course. Darkness. My point that I really wanted to say is that lightness has to come with darkness.
Let's look at the flip definition of lightness. Mm-hmm. Because there's lightness as in lightness, and then there's also lightness, so the unbearable lightness of being. Mm. And I think, yes, there's obviously light in you, and that's really obvious, but there's a levity.
Yes.
And that's what I think is the core of your L word.
Oh, that's beautiful. Levity. Mm. Oh, changing it.
Because they're changing it up a bit. Hashtag L is for levity. But I think to that point, do you think that's what helps elevate you out of perhaps the mire of where all the other performers and actors are?
I mean, absolutely. I don't want to say that I've kind of levitated to a point that they're not at, but mentally, maybe.
Okay, what's your antidote?
Catch me off guard. What's my antidote in regards to what gets me by?
Yeah.
It's going to sound really cliche, but just having an open but realistic view on everything.
But that bothers me because reality.
Does
you know why? Because I'm such an eternal optimist.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I know you are, and I'm sometimes opposite to you in that way. Yeah.
Yes, and so and also because of your youth, and maybe there's a little bit of envy for me.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What?
Because I look, and it's like, but if I was Anne-Marie with this and the way that she just is in the world, I would be flying to New York tomorrow and just hustling and grinding and trying to make it, with Hamilton there or The Lion King or whatever. That's what I would be doing. But I don't know whether, and we're both Virgos.
Yeah, we are.
And so the interesting thing, I think, the polarity between us, I think you're I'm going to say, a more hard-edged Virgo. You're really about the practicalities.
I am.
And you firmly feet on the ground.
But I'm on the Virgo cusp, so I do have a lot of Libra, which is this balancing kind of scale. True. It's like I need everything in alignment in a way.
Yes. Whereas I'm like, Virgo, perfectionist, I'm doing this off.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think maybe it's because whilst we discussed earlier not being defined by, my singer-actor persona, that I would rather be defined by my soul, and that I have interest in a lot of different things.
Like what?
Just different things in life. Like I love being a concierge, which can sound like, she's just doing the daily kind of routine to live out her performance dreams.
That's the surface perception.
That's it,
right?
Absolutely. Okay. And so I feel like my pool is bigger than just wanting to perform, which I want to. That's the essence of me. But life is so short, and we don't know how long we're going to have. So just reveling in everything.
So if we get back to the what you were saying earlier, that singing and performing does not define you, that's the paradox that I see in you. Because while that is...
Good word. Very good word.
It's a great word, but it's a P word. That's okay. Phyllis, P.
It has to be a P word.
That's cool. I've got to bring it back to brand.
Absolutely.
No. So if and there's no ifs, that is your purpose, to entertain and to share your light, I think, with the world. In whatever you choose to do.
But that's the thing, I think I have to, whilst interrupting you, I have to share the light in any way possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that why singing and acting does not define you?
That's right.
Right.
Because I feel personally that I show my light. In general, I try to just be light. I just don't want performing to be the only sense of light in my life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That it needs to be more...
Because it's quite limiting.
That's right. Why would you want to limit yourself in that sense?
Would you say that's your main gift, though? The singing and the performance?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I grew up in it. I mean, mum grew up, acting, and she did kind of Greek independent plays, and I was a little kid backstage.
But what was it about you witnessing that world that sparked something inside you that made your soul, remember?
Ooh, that's touching. I guess maybe just watching my mum do that, and I feel like we're two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
And
we've talked about that before.
Yeah, and just going, oh my goodness, I could do that.
Do you feel this is I think I want to go here.
Oh, it's happening. She's going here. She's going here.
I'm going here.
Getting a little close.
A little bit closer. We're not going to fall off. It's okay. Elle will protect us.
Not. Thank you, Elle.
So do you think that those moments that woke up something within you? I was reading recently that gifts versus passion are two totally different things. So the gift is something that you do effortlessly and you are brilliant at effortlessly.
Yeah.
Passion is something that you like, and perhaps it's a hobby, perhaps it's gardening or rearranging flowers, I don't know. Do you think then that a lot of us find it not so effortless to be ourselves?
Absolutely. Yes. Hit the nail on the head. Yes.
Why?
It's too hard. It's too hard to be exposed and be who you are sometimes.
Are we performing without the lights and cameras?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So do you feel that perhaps when you are performing, you've got the makeup on and you're on a set or on the stage, that that's maybe triggering even more of who you are, that you don't necessarily need that side of life to escape to?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes, you get me. Yeah, I didn't know what to say to you because you're just saying my conscious thoughts.
Where to for you?
I feel like my life will be overseas.
Overseas,
some
yes,
point.
Yes. You are going to go to Broadway eventually.
I wasn't even thinking Broadway.
West End?
No, really, I was thinking Europe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm European.
Yes.
Look at me. Aussie life.
This is Australia,
This
ladies
is
and
Australia.
gentlemen. This, yes.
Yes, yeah. Europe. I mean, like Paris or...
You are Parisian all over. You've really got that vibe.
Yeah.
Do you believe in past lives?
Oh, 1000%. We've had this conversation before.
What do you think you're here to do in this lifetime, given that you have this inner knowing of perhaps being older in your past lives?
What am I here to do?
Yeah. This time round.
This time around. Brighten people's lives. Let them be who they are.
Who takes care of you emotionally when you're...
Me.
And you know what? Even as I'm asking that question, it's like...
Did you know I was going to say that? Or
No, but of course you were going to say that. What else would you say?
Me.
Yeah, because...
No one knows me like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as isolating as this may sound, we do just have ourselves.
Absolutely. I don't think that's isolating at all.
Really?
Yeah, that's my belief. Maybe I'm kind of too stringent about it, but you know, you're walking into something and you're like, you come into this world on your own and you leave on your own and you create amazing connections. Now we'll come with you, maybe into your next life or to the grave or to heaven or, you know, wherever you choose to go, but it's all on you, really.
And when your grandmother passed, and I know that you were really connected with her, did having this attitude come, so did this attitude come before or after she left?
After.
Really?
Yeah. When she passed, I was 17. So, you know, she had a brain hemorrhage and went into a coma. I was there when she was in the coma, which is just, I don't regret seeing that, but that's what you remember. That's the first thought that comes up, the way she looked. She didn't look real in a way, but she passed a few hours after I had left the hospital, so she passed probably when I was asleep. But seeing the relationship, you know, my grandfather, Papu, they had been together for 50 odd years, 54 maybe at that point, and he is like the Mecca. He's just oh my God, he's the most incredible person in the world. Just, sorry, Mum. But he's just incredible. I know that we must have had another life together.
You feel that?
Yeah. I don't know if we were lovers, which is going to sound weird, but they're very close. Very, very close.
How has that connection with your grandfather manifested itself in this lifetime for you?
I think because there is such a huge distinction of our ages.
And yet
we are so interlinked mentally. Like, he's very young as well, you know. I mean, he's 82, but like his personality is in his 30s, you know. And so we kind of have met halfway in the middle.
Can you describe a moment, getting back to hashtag LisForLightness and levity, can you... It's a cool word.
Amazing.
Can you pinpoint a moment, I'm going to say in your theatrical career?
Teeny tiny theatrical career, but yes.
Yeah, but you know,
it
ain't
it's
about
real.
the size. It's a little bit of loveliness, a little bit of levity. Was there one moment where you felt the lightness, not lightness, the lightness, and you thought, I'm where I need to be right at this very moment in space and time?
Yes. Totally. Shall I describe? On stage.
Okay.
I was playing Nina in The Heights, which is another Lin-Manuel Miranda show, which is incredible.
Yes.
And Nina is one of the leads, and she is the daughter of two parents doing it hard to get her through college, and Puerto Rican background, living in New York, and you know, it's a show about family. And just, I think in the moment, in the show, she loses her grandmother, funnily enough, as she sings about the grandmother passing. And it was just a complete connection with me physically, but also my soul going, oh my God, this is the thing. It's definitely a thing that I need to do more of.
And was that after your grandmother passed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She passed 4 years before that. But I think it was also the show that my family came to, and I could feel they were in the audience as well, you know, my mother and my grandfather there. And I could feel, you know, what I was saying, because it was kind of like I was kind of calling out to her and telling her, thank you for everything I know. Yeah.
Thank you for everything I know.
Don't do it.
I've done it now. What can I do? I can't. I've done it.
It's gonna like.
Mine's already started from that eye.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I don't like to be dictatorial in this space.
Okay.
It is the show, but you cannot, with all this emotional integrity and beauty and honesty and authenticity and so much alignment with your grandmother's story and the singing and the knowing, Lin-Manuel would love to hear you sing a little tiny bit.
No, I can't. I can't. No. Mm-mm.
Can you speak the lyrics?
Okay, I can do that. But I'm just gonna, it's funny because when I was telling you that story, I couldn't think of the lyrics until I said everything I know, and then I was like, oh my God. And the lyrics are, hold on, abuela, who is grandmother. If you're up there, I'll make you proud of everything I know. Thank you for everything I know.
In your life, is there power in gratitude?
Absolutely.
How so? How have you experienced it?
I mean, losing someone. I mean, even though the person is lost, they've lost their life physically, and then you're grateful for what they brought to you and just overall being there. I think that's probably the most powerful, because in a spirit sense you can tell them, but physically you can't. That's huge. It's a little too late in a way.
To make that leap, to kind of, it's interesting, when my father passed away and we were really connected, and just like you were saying before with your grandfather, I think my father and I, on some level, we were connected in a way that isn't father and daughter in previous lifetimes.
Totally.
And it's really interesting, and I'm going to share something pretty intimate now.
I love this. I'm so excited.
So a few weeks ago, I did a father-daughter healing workshop, and I didn't do it because I needed there to be any healing, because Dad and I were really close, and he was my champion for such a very long time. But part of our exercise, one of the exercises during the day, was to write down, using our left hand, or the hand that you don't normally write with, a letter from your father to you.
Oh my gosh. Whew. Okay.
So I sat there, and in my left hand, crooked as, and I just started writing. And
as though he was saying something to you?
To me. And in my head, my ego and my mind, I wanted to write, we were meant to be together in this lifetime. We were meant to be together in this lifetime. And as I wrote it, bumpy, imperfect.
Scraggly.
Yeah. I went back and I read the sentence, and it said, we weren't meant to be together in this lifetime.
Oh my God. Wow.
Now you can define that any which way. You can say, you just misspelled, you did something wrong. And who are we to try and add language and our own projections to that sentence? But it was interesting, and it was almost, confronting, because you're coming at it through through the eyes of this lifetime, and you're saying, but he was my father, I was his daughter. Bit incestuous that I'm writing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Whew, my goodness. Wow. But even if it were or weren't, it's still so strong, so powerful, either way.
But I really had that sense, that's the relationship that I had with my dad.
Wow.
Because he was such a supporter of me and who I am, and a lot of who he was in his lifetime. Yeah, and I didn't realise until he passed.
Yeah. Wow.
Because, when he was alive, there were annoying, niggly things that we all have with our parents, and it's like, no, Dad, I'm grateful for everything I know.
That's it.
That you gave me.
So, wow.
Yes.
Wow. So do you find that there's power in gratitude for someone that you've lost more than anything else?
Yes, because when he passed, I remember there was anger and all the stages of grief.
Oh my God.
And I remember thinking, and I had a dream of him, because in the final stages of his life, he was in a hospice in the last few weeks of his life. And we would have lots of big conversations about life and love and people. And one of the things that he said to me was, I said, Dad, will you come and see me in my dreams? And it was almost like it came from a very serious place for me, but Dad being this, he loved slaughtering sacred cows. He was very irreverent, that was his sense of humour. And he just said to me, I'll come and see you in your dreams. But there was a tinge of humour to it. And
like, oh, yeah.
yes, whatever. But when he passed, 2 weeks lapsed and he still hadn't come, and I was angry. And I remember that night in my bedroom, getting ready to go to bed, and it's like, Dad, you didn't, and I was, where are you?
For you?
Yeah, you promised.
Come on. Yeah.
So that night I dreamt of him, and he came, and he was presented to me by this beautiful woman. Could have been his guide, or I don't know. And there was just silence. He didn't speak. He looked incredible, very content, lots of light around him, and as if he was being presented to me to say, I'm fine, I'm here, and I'm happy. And I woke up the next morning feeling peace, feeling like he had come to see me, but also having to accept the fact that our relationship hadn't died, it had just gone to another level. That was the hardest thing to accept, because if it's not physical and I can't touch you and I can't hold you and I can't hug you, then then you're not around anymore. Yeah. But you are, actually. So, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How can I do the outro now? Oh my goodness. So yes. And tissues, runny noses.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So hashtag LisForLightness, the lightness of being, the lightness of love, the lightness of honesty.
Oh my God.
Did we have to cry?
We had to. I knew it was going to happen. If I'm completely honest.
I just want to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining Elle and I
Thank you.
for a totally surprising, unexpected conversation. There was more than a little bit of lip, I think.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there was a little bit of a lot.
A little bit of a lot. There really was.
Yeah.
If you would like to share your stories with me, I would love to hear from you. Please write to me at PO Box 713, Kensington, New South Wales, Australia. And now Anne-Marie and I are going to do Wi-Fi kisses.
We are.
Are you ready?
Tears running down our face.
The energy is slightly shifted, so we're not big and bold and lights, camera, action. We're just going to give you subdued Wi-Fi kisses. Do you want to do a practice run, or are you comfy? As you have your emotional shine.
One little Meryl Streep down my face.
But these are real tears. These are not
real.
Oscar-nominated tears.
No, they're not. They're ugly tears.
They're ugly tears
coming down my face.
which makes them beautiful.
Okay, Wi-Fi kisses.
Shall I go
I feel
first?
like you need to go first.
Okay. Wi-Fi kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Wi-Fi kisses.
Love you.
I love you.
Love you. Mwah.
Thank you. And I just put
Yeah, thanks. Wow, can I get a tissue? I didn't want to go there, but I went there.
I had a feeling it was going to go there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, please, man. Please.